All right. Hello, friends. Today, the topic of discussion is the endocrine system. Next, we have the adrenal gland. So, as you can see in the picture, that these are situated above the kidney on the upper pole of each kidney, and this is because they are also known as the suprarenal glands. And next picture, if you see, the adrenal gland is divided into two parts, that is the adrenal cortex and next is the adrenal medulla. So adrenal cortex is the major portion of the gland and adrenal medulla is the minor portion, that is only about 20% of the gland is the adrenal medulla. So adrenal cortex releases certain hormones. These are known as adrenocortical hormones and these are steroidal in nature, so we can say them corticosteroids. And corticosteroids are grouped into three different sections or groups. That one is the mineralocorticoids, then the glucocorticoids, and the six hormones. Okay, so number one is the mineralocorticoids, which is the aldosterone hormone released by the adrenal cortex of the adrenal gland. The function of aldosterone, actually, if we talk about it, is the reabsorption of salt or reabsorption of sodium ions from the kidneys. And so wherever sodium goes, water follows it. So when sodium ions are reabsorbed from the kidneys or from the urine, so water will also be reabsorbed, which therefore increases the blood volume, and the blood volume increases the blood pressure. So this is why this is how the aldosterone hormone released by the adrenal cortex works on the reabsorption of salt and water and thereby increases the blood pressure or the blood volume. Next we have the glucocorticoids released by the adrenal cortex, and the main glucocorticoid, if we talk about, is the cortisol hormone. It increases the blood glucose level, also known as the anti-insulin hormone. It also suppresses the immune system, and also it is the life-saving hormone. That is, it works in the fear, fight or flight condition. It works in stressful conditions or trauma, as it offers higher resistance to the body against the stress. The adrenal cortex mainly secretes a male sex hormone, which are known as androgens. And a small quantity of estrogen and progesterone can also be secreted by the adrenal cortex. Adrenal medulla secretes the adrenaline or epinephrine, noradrenaline or norepinephrine, and the dopamine hormone. Adrenaline and noradrenaline, both hormones, stimulate the central nervous system, and also these have significant effects on metabolic functions and also on the cardiovascular system. If we talk about the testes in males, so in the testes we have two types of cells. Mainly these are Sertoli cells and Leydig cells. So Leydig cells, which releases the testosterone by the stimulation of LH, luteinizing hormone, from the anterior pituitary gland, and Sertoli cells releases the androgen binding protein hormone. Androgen binding protein hormone is secreted by the Sertoli cells in the testes by the stimulation of FSH from the anterior pituitary, and these both androgen binding protein and the testosterone are helpful in the process of the spermatogenesis, that is the production of sperms. Ovaries are present in the female reproductive system, and they release a certain kind of hormones under the stimulation of the hormones secreted by the anterior pituitary, that is the FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, and LH, luteinizing hormone. So FSH, that is the follicle stimulating hormone, as the name suggests, it matures the follicles present in the ovaries, that these are primordial follicles, then it will be converted into vesicular follicles, and finally the matured Graafian follicle. So these all processes are done under the stimulation of FSH, and a matured Graafian follicle, in result of the maturation of the ovum, the hormone estrogen is released by the ovaries. Also, luteinizing hormone ovulates the ovum, that is the release of ovum from the ovaries. And whereas release of ovum from the ovaries secretes another type of hormone of the ovaries known as the progesterone hormone. These both hormones, estrogen and progesterone, prepares the uterus. If you look at the kidneys also release some hormones. For example, if we talk about erythropoietin, it increases the RBC production. Thrombopoietin, hormone released by the kidney, it increases or stimulates the production of platelets. And renin, it works with the aldosterone and increases the blood volume and thereby increasing the blood pressure. Okay, next we have also the pineal gland. The pineal gland is situated in the diencephalon area of the brain. Okay, and it secretes a hormone known as melatonin, and mainly it works on the sexual activities of the animals, but slightly it also controls the activities or functions in the human beings. And melatonin acts on mainly on gonads, that is ovaries in females and testes in males. Also we have one more structure which we can call as a gland, that is the thymus gland. Thymus gland is situated in front of the trachea, that is the windpipe, and below the thyroid gland. Below the thyroid gland, thymus gland is present. So if we talk about the thymus gland, the T lymphocytes or the T cells which are produced in the bone marrow, these are processed and educated in the thymus gland of the body. And then the T cells undergoes a positive selection and the negative selection, all in the thymus gland they are processed, whereas these are produced in the bone marrow. And thymus gland, the endocrine function of thymus, it releases two hormones, that is the thymosin and the thymine. And thymine is also known as thymopoietin. So this was it about the endocrine system of the body. Some few more glands or few more structures, kidney, thymus and pineal body or the pineal gland, which secretes certain hormones. Okay, I hope it made sense. I hope you understood the endocrine system of the body, how it works, which glands, which hormones. Till then, take care. Until next time.